Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching a Valentine's Day special on the Restore Living Roslyn Show with host Roslyn Hendrickson and along with special guest Dr. Roxanne Brown Robinson, or Dr. Rock. It's about to get real as she opens up about being single. Good evening and welcome to the Restore Living Roslyn Show. Hello, Dr. Roxanne. How are you tonight?
I'm just wonderful, my sister. And how are you tonight?
I am amazing, and I'm enjoying this evening, and I know that God is here already. So we'd like to welcome everyone to Restore with Roslyn Show, and we're so excited to have our special guest, Dr. Roxanne Brown, and we're just truly just blessed to have you with us tonight. And so let's just tell you a little bit about her. She's an amazing woman of God. And we call her Dr. Rock. So she's rock solid. I can tell you that much. Personal experience and having known her, I feel like I've known her forever. But this woman of God is phenomenal. And so we have a phenomenal guest in the presence of Dr. Roxanne Brown. And so Dr. Roxanne, just to introduce you tonight, she's a founder and CEO of RBM Ministries International. And she's also She's of Greater Word Global Ministries. And of course, Dr. Roxanne is very passionate about seeing women not only develop their true identity in God, but seeking wellness while walking through the wilderness experience in their lives. And Dr. Roxanne has led many women to a place of deliverance and a place of purpose. And so through her teachings and webinars at the Well-Dressed Woman, Redefine Leading from Dr. Roxanne is also the founder of Rise Up and Roar Dominion TV. And of course, she's going to be launching her own TV network in 2024. We want to hear a little bit about that a little bit more later in the show, Dr. Roxanne. And we're so excited because she's a powerful woman of God. She walks in healing and believes in faith that God is going to use her even greater. Yet, still, we know that greater is coming. And so tonight, join with me in welcoming Dr. Roxanne Brown. God bless, a big God bless you to you. And so we want to yield the floor to you, however, this platform, however God used you tonight, woman of God. And of course, tonight's show, I do want to say that is about the biblical perspective. We're going to be speaking on the biblical perspectives of being single. And so tonight, we'll yield the floor to you. Let God do what he wants to do.
Well, Roslyn, I'm going to start by saying thank you so much for having me on tonight, because the topic of being single is kind of new for me, being married for as many years as I was. But yet, I want to tell the truth tonight, because the women that God has called me to, they're either single, married, divorced, in the middle of a relationship, coming into one, going out, whatever. And so women are, especially Black women, and I want to have fun tonight, but I also want to be real.
Oh, definitely.
Yes.
Loosen up here.
Yeah.
And we'll have more coming up right after this. Stay with us. You're invited to a Restore Living with Roslyn Show special. We're keepers of the dream with vision, voice, and legacy. With host Roslyn Hendrickson and our show's theme, Living in Color, featuring special guest Jason Weathers, as we carry the torch in celebration of Black History Month and preserving a family legacy with a 5K run. We're airing on February 22nd, 2023 at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. You don't want to miss it. This 5K event is sponsored by the Weathers Family Foundation and is happening on February 25th, 2023 at 10 a.m. Millennium Park, Danville, Kentucky. Register today. All proceeds go to the local Salvation Army. We're all encouraged to live in color. And now for more, as our Valentine's Day special continues.
The one biggest pet peeve that I have is when the church, yeah, I said it, talks about what is marriage. We as women have to define what marriage is, so that when we decide to become married and then we're no longer married and we become single, what does that look like? And I had to really think about that, Miss Roslyn, tonight.
Yes.
Prophetess Roslyn, because one time I was single for a very long time. I was a single mom for 23 years. Then I got married. And I stayed married for 13 years based on the biblical principles of marriage. But once I became single again, I had to understand, how do I walk as a single woman? And you know what God said? In his infinite wisdom, he said, you walk as a single woman the same way you would walk as a married woman.
That is right.
You walk as a woman of God. It's real simple, but we make it complicated because we feel as though that when we take off the title, if you will, because it is a title,
It is.
a wife, we're no longer a wife, we're just single. Oh, I'm single now. What does that mean? It simply means that I'm still a woman of God.
That's right.
I still honor God, and I still walk by his biblical principle. Just because I'm single does not allow me to do what the heck I want to do.
That is right.
There's more to it.
Right. There's still a standard. It doesn't matter whether you're married or not.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing that I find is so important, even in having been single myself. I've been married.
And even as you're talking, Roslyn, I thought about something that God showed me, because I'm writing my second book. It's called The Weight We Carry. And we as women, we carry so much. And I think I said something today in which I shared on how we got so much stuff that we got to deal with. The kids,
Yes.
the marriage, the job, the ministry, the people in the ministry, and that on and on and on. But at the end of the day, when we come out off of this broadcast, and when we're in our secret place all by ourselves with God, what do we look like? Whether I'm a married woman, whether I have a ring on my finger or I don't,
That's right.
I still have to carry myself a certain way, because you never know when our Boaz is around the corner. Now, is that important? To some women it is.
It is.
But for me, as a woman of God, and what I teach, I say first be an example
That's
unto
right.
yourself.
Mhm.
Be the real you. Be the real Roslyn. Oh, thank you, Holy Spirit. The enemy, not people, but the enemy wants to expose your vulnerability. And so we as single women, as married women, we still got to carry ourselves the same way as if we were walking as a married woman. We still represent the kingdom. We still represent God.
And wherever we are, I always tell people, it doesn't matter whether you're in the office, whether you're in the grocery store, and you are your own brand. I tell
Yes,
people,
ma'am.
You are your own brand. And the other thing that I always believe, I still believe this, because I said you can't be any more publicly than you are privately.
Exactly.
If you don't have a prayer life privately, if you're not spending time with God privately, it's going to reveal itself publicly. But I'm going to tell you, if we as women of God, we're walking in the presence of God, and we embody the very presence, we carry the glory of God, people can see that upon us. And like I said, if we're spending time with the Lord, it's going to show on us when we walk out that door.
Absolutely.
We are His representatives, whether we're married, single, however it is. But it's all in how we carry, like you're saying, how we carry ourselves.
Yes. Mm-hmm. What comes to mind is I thought about when I was dating last summer and wasn't sure if I was ready to date, right? So I'm thinking, okay, he was married before, I was married before. What's this going to feel like? But again, the same attributes, the same quality of living. I said, I'm a woman of God first.
Right.
I can have fun. I can ride a bicycle with you. I can hopscotch, chew gum, jump rope, double dutch, whatever. but I'm not going to take myself out of character
Oh, man.
or for anybody else.
Oh,
And
no.
so the lockdown is real. Just
It's
because
real, honey.
doesn't mean that I can do what you think I should do, your perception of me. So we set the tone.
That's it.
On how we want somebody to perceive us, because even my husband,
No,
he
I still
recognized
have,
very early on.
and he still respects me to this day. We're not together, but he still respects me.
So in my book, The Weight She Carries, I start out by writing a letter to myself. And I want to share, because I don't want to forget this.
Oh, definitely.
With our title being, how do we operate? How do we walk being single? And I was like, wow, I got to think about that.
It is. It's something.
Married for almost 15 years. Now I'm single again. Do I enjoy being single? Yes. But what I learned from being a wife, I'm always going to be a wife no matter what, because God is my husband.
Right.
I'm the bride. But now that I'm single, and there's no ring on the finger, if you will, do I like the woman that I see in the mirror?
Right.
I do.
That is right.
I like her a lot.
Yes, and you're beautiful.
Little sister. She really is. She's amazing. She blows my mind sometimes. I've learned how to love me, because a lot of people, think about this, Roslyn. When you're in counseling, what does the counselor say? Well, have you worked on your marriage? And you're looking there. You can't stand this fool sitting next to you. He don't like you. He's mad or she's mad because you're even in the room. But did you forget why you got married in the first place? So if I were in a position to get married again, the first thing I would say to my husband to be, am I everything that you need? Because if I'm not, you might as well keep it moving. Because I already know I might not be high maintenance to you, but I'm high maintenance to God, because he has a certain expectation for his daughters.
That is true.
And so when I look in the mirror, whether it's my phone or the mirror in my bathroom or whatever, when I wake up in the morning, I look at myself and I see an image, a reflection of God. I'm pure, and I can say that. And with all honesty, I'm pure. I'm celibate. I'm having fun. I can go out dancing. I don't need to wear a short skirt to show somebody what I look like. I already know what I have and what I don't have, so we're going to keep that real. Always carry myself, as even in my thought process, oh my God, when I think about what I want to say, it's those private thoughts, they give me pause. So
that's right.
I'm allowed to have those private thoughts. If I do, I got to take it to God and say, Lord, forgive me. And I'm going to share something that I wrote while I was waiting for this broadcast to start. It blew my mind. And I hope that you can flow with me. And I can't remember it all, because, when it's prophetic, you just bring it out. And it says, I look in the mirror and I desire to be more like him. This is kind of in the improv room. I'm content, well poised, even keeled. Being single, I discovered the real Roxanne. I discovered my love language and what my pet peeves are. John 5:5-8 says, abide in me. I'm his disciple. I'm not confused. I'm confident. That's what I wear as a woman.
Definitely have to do this again soon. So again, thank you all for watching. God bless you, Doctor.
And from the very heart of Atlanta, all of us here at the Restored Living with Roslyn Show, thank you for watching.